It's time for Eastmont Wildcat Girls Basketball on the NCW Life Channel. High school sports on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by The Walkabout Grill in Wenatchee and Leavenworth. TC Slingers, they'll place the material for you. Confluence Health, Wenatchee's premier treatment center. Les Schwab Tires in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. The Windmill Restaurant in Wenatchee. And the Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club. Now let's go courtside at Eastmont High School alongside Grant Olson. Here's NCW Life Sports Director Eric Granstrom.
Well, that is R.S. Seeley with our national anthem here tonight, and we are ready to go for basketball on the NCW Life Channel, coming to you live from Eastmont High School here in East Wenatchee, Washington, along with Grant Olson and Dan Kuntz and
a whole mess of folks.
A whole mess of folks. We're bringing you the broadcast here on the NCW Life Channel, and Michael Price, of course, upstairs. We've got Caitlin Hedersheet back in the studio. We've got Jessica Mendina back there as well. That's a full contingent ready for...
Yeah, that's an entourage.
It is. So Wenatchee in the black uniforms trimmed in gold. The Eastmont Wildcats with the white uniforms trimmed in Columbia blue.
That's right.
Trimmed in red. Our officials here tonight, we've got Bill Edwardson right in front of us. I'm trying to see the rest of the gang that we've got out here tonight. Mark Colander will be our head official. He'll bring it towards the center court and jump it up here. It'll be Emily Dufour and Allie Hallberg. And we are underway here for the winter season 2017-18. And over and back going to be called right away in a turnover whistle against the Panthers.
Not a very good way to start, that's for sure, Eric.
Not the good way to start. You handle the tip and then you turn it right over. So it's Eastmont with the basketball. Wenatchee coming out to the man defense, and immediately they go downstairs to Dufour. Kick it back outside to Emma Simpson. Simpson runs the offense. They'll go left side to Cox. Cox had Maddie Chandler streaking through the lane. Didn't see her. Come right side back to Simpson. That ball fumbled around and then tipped and knocked away. So turnover per side here. And it is Skylar Walton handling the duties here. Way out towards center circle for the Wenatchee Panthers. On the right wing with it. Now cross court to a wide open look and drive by Kaylee Sanford. Sanford cut off there. Good defense. Down low by Nia Peasley. Outside to Hallberg. She'll shoot from anywhere on the court. She'll drive it, shoot it, miss it. Rebound by Dufour. So up the other way come the Lady Cats, scoreless here, and now a three from outside by... It was Emma Simpson with the three-pointer. First points of the game come from downtown. A little press of the backcourt as Wenatchee's able to break it. That could have been a foul called right there, but none coming as the ball goes right side to Sanford. Down low for a two-pointer. Nice set shot from down low by Worley. Off the mark, no good. Rebound tip picked up by Eastmont. Nearly turned it over. Simpson in the forecourt. They'll go on the drive. Left-handed shot up and good by Nia Peasley. Back the other way comes Allie Hallberg. A good start here for the Lady Cats. Hallberg on the drive. She's bumped, knocked to the ground by Peasley. Our first whistle is going to come against Eastmont.
You can tell, Eric, Allie Hallberg wants to establish herself down low. She took that right to the basket. The second trip right to the basket, and I think we'll see a lot of that from Hallberg.
First foul of the game as Allie Hallberg will step to the free throw line for two shots. No, they're going to say that's a non-shooting foul? Okay.
Wow, that's interesting.
I thought that was a shooting foul, but no. Okay, so it'll be an inbounds play, baseline left side for Hallberg and the Panthers. Ball in hand, count is on her. She's got to get it in. She'll loft it way out top for Walton out there. Or that's Sugg, excuse me. And now they'll go high post with it to Worley. Right side, now back in. They try to get it to Hallberg off her fingers. And the Panthers coming out here a little shakily offensively. Not handling that ball very well. 3 turnovers already, Grant.
Both teams seem a little tight, don't they, right off the bat here. 2 turnovers for Wenatchee, 1 for Eastmont.
Well, that's what Felice Arell told us. You know, you can't let the moment be bigger than what your game is. That's what they're battling right now. Here's a three-pointer on the way from way outside. Dufour there for the rebound, but it goes off a hand out of bounds. It will be off of Wenatchee. And out to Eastmont. Baseline right side. 5-0 to score. Appreciate you joining us on the NCW Life Channel. Inbounds pass comes to Dufour out high. She'll go left side to Cox. Works off a pick out there. Out to Simpson. Simpson, that was one thing for her last year. She didn't want to shoot a lot. Here's DeFore on the drive down the lane. Scoop shot on the way, no good, but a weak side rebound foul going to be called. Nia Peasley right there. Good positioning down low. And we'll see who the foul is for Wenatchee.
Nice ball movement by the Wildcats that time down low, and I'll tell you, DeFore gets going down there. What a great little running jump shot there for a big gal. That was a nice move.
Sanford is called for her first personal foul, first team foul against the Panthers. And to the free throw line for 2 shots, Nia Peasley, who's got 2 of Eastmont's 5 points here in the ballgame. First free throw on the way, too strong off the back iron. 1 more to come. Boy, this is a loud gymnasium here tonight.
Gosh, like I said, white noise kind of in here.
Yeah, it is. 5-0 the score. 5:39 left here in the first quarter of play. We'll give you that score a lot because we do not have the scoreboard app yet here for the NCAA Life Channel. That free throw off the mark, no good. Good strong rebound by Cammie Worley. Bounce pass outside of Hallberg. Hallberg off to Walton outside. So Schuyler will bring it between the circles, work against the man defense of the Eastmont Lady Cats. Working against Cox over there. Cox almost got the ball stolen away. Now it goes high with 10 seconds on the shot clock to Hallberg. I think she traveled, no call. And there's a shot for Allie Hallberg, first points.
Tough shot. I agree with you, Eric. I think she took a extra step there.
I think she did, no call. And they'll take the point. There should have been a travel call, I think, on Cox right there for Eastmont. Instead, she'll shoot it from way outside. Stepping on the arc, missed the shot. Weak side rebound to Hallberg. Allie brings it up between the circles with the left-handed shot from right top of the key. Good.
Didn't even hesitate that time, Eric. Just stopped and popped as soon as she crossed the timeline, and 3-pointer.
Well, that's something that Allie Hallberg can certainly do, is that she can, as we get a ball inside, ball on the floor. A Hallberg down there. They're going to call a held ball. Possession arrow is out to, well, it should be Eastmont, shouldn't it?
I think so.
Because the tip was handled by Wenatchee. It should be white ball. There we go. It will be Eastmont basketball. Britt Vaughn will check in for the Wildcats. First substitution of the game. And inbounds played, baseline left side to Emma Simpson. Simpson lobs it into DeFore. She's got the height advantage. Shot, though, too strong, no good. Weak side rebound coming away with it is Hallberg. Allie dribbles up. Now she crosses over, stops in the paint, feeds down low for a set shot there for the right side. 12 feet out, missed by Worley. Offense or defensive rebound. Here's a feed to Simpson. She'll stop and pop off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound battle to 4. Sugg comes up with it. Outlet pass to Walton. Walton brings it between the circles. Panthers want to run it here. They'll go right side to down low to Worley. She'll kick it back out. Here comes streaking through the paint to Sugg, and a foul going to be called. And a nice give and go for Wenatchee on the offensive set.
Kind of a mini wheel there, Eric. A couple of players rolled through, and she found Sugg. Nice pass.
Foul is whistled on Emily DeFore. That's her first, and that's one thing Eastmont does not want to have, is to get her big girl in foul trouble. First free throw by Sugg off the mark. So 0 so far from the free throw line for both teams. Tied at 5. 4:04 to go here in the first quarter.
The way this game's going, Eric, they might want those free throws back towards the end of the game if it stays tight like this.
Bryn O'Rourke comes in here for Eastmont. One more free throw for Sugg, and it's good. So our first free throw sunk of the game comes with 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. Lob pass down low to DeFore. She'll rip it inside to Vaughn with the lay-in.
Beautiful look. That's what makes a post player even more valuable, Ari. Their ability to see the court. Boy, DeFore did there.
7-6 our score. First couple of lead changes here, and what a beautiful move with a stop drive left hand. Allie Hallberg for 2.
Beautiful.
7 points for Hallberg. Back and forth we go. Our third lead change, 8-7. Panthers by 1. 3:30 left in the first quarter. Beautiful crossover drive there by Nia Peasley, or excuse me, Sarah Cox. We're going to get a timeout called as the body on the floor. Sugg was down there, and that was a well-timed timeout. Just a quick, or they call a held ball first before the timeout was whistled.
So.
All right, so possession arrow out to Wenatchee. So Patrick Loftus able to keep a timeout in his back pocket.
A little bit of a full court press now too, Eric.
And they do a nice job breaking it, does the Panthers. Drive on the baseline, wide open for Worley, but the ball stripped away from her. Here comes Britt Vaughn back the other way. She's got a 2-on-2. Stop, crossover, shot off the mark, no good, and a foul going to be called on the rebound. Britt Vaughn with a beautiful move on the steal.
Boy, beautiful step over move.
Just could not finish. And the foul is whistled on Vaughn. That's her first, third team foul against Eastmont.
This game has a vibe that there's 3 minutes left in the game and not the first quarter.
It does. Raucous crowd here tonight at Eastmont High School. The ponytail wagon behind Allie Hallberg. She'll stop and pop from the corner. It's good. Woo!
She is hot here in the first quarter. Eric, no other way to put it.
Goodness. And she comes back to the paint on the defensive end, claps her hands together, says, come on, let's play some D. Emma Simpson for three, off the mark. Offensive rebound by Vaughn. Vaughn spinning in the paint, puts up the right-handed shot. Maybe could have been called a foul on Hallberg. No call. And now Vaughn maybe could have been called for a foul too. It's a rough and tumble game. Simpson bumping into Worley. Here comes the ball back the other way. Eastmont then dropping to the ground, and the foul going to be called on Skylar Walton for the Panthers.
Has a little resemblance to a little football game out here tonight so far, Eric. Bodies all over the place here early going.
It does. We got a couple of substitutions first of the night for Wenatchee as Cameron Anderson comes in. And so too does Brandy Johnson. Johnson and Anderson. Here's Emma Simpson with a drive. And she's fouled. We're going to see how deep the benches are here, Grant, if the fouls continue like this.
You know, Demarie Sugg had the right idea. You stand there with your hands up and the gal that's driving, but you can't move towards the basket with her. You got to hold your ground there, and I think if Sugg would have done that, Eric, she might have drawn the offensive charge.
Absolutely. So Emma Simpson to the free throw line, and the first one is good, and that brings Eastmont to within another point. It's 11-8, Panthers on top. 2:16 to go here in the first quarter. Second free throw good. So Simpson with 5, and here comes that press again. And with a couple of fresh bodies on the floor for Wenatchee. Almost a travel here at midcourt.
Just where you don't want to get trapped right
and there it is, a travel. Kaylee Sanford looks over to Coach Patrick Loftus. Loftus, meanwhile, wants to have a discussion with the official saying there was some contact there.
That's just the area of the court on a press. You don't want to pick up your dribble right there. 5 turnovers, Eric, on Wenatchee so far this quarter.
Lob pass into DeFore. She has it tapped from behind. It goes out of bounds, and it will be off of Wenatchee. And Johnson down there. Brandy getting a hand clap from her coach, Patrick Loftus. Nice job on the entry pass, knocking that out of bounds. 2 minutes left here in the first. Inbounds pass to Britt Vaughn. Vaughn falling down. And Wenatchee asking for a travel. Sugg came up with it. Held ball called. Possession arrow out to Eastmont. Patrick's tried a couple of times here to call timeouts when that ball is held down low. You got to have clear possession of it first before you can get that timeout. Inbounds pass to DeFore. Emily rifles a pass across to Simpson with 1:50 to go. She'll hold up the sign of the offensive set here to Cox. Now back to Simpson. Goes left side with it to O'Rourke. Now to Vaughn. Inside turnaround shot for good by DeFore. Well, she'd shot several times. She finally makes one, ties the game at 11, and then Wenatchee turns it right back over.
Funny, it's a tie game here, Eric, with 6 turnovers to 1 for Eastmont. And you'd think with the bodies and the balls flying around, Eastmont would have more than that, but 1 turnover so far.
Tied at 11, 1:30 to go. Eastmont will not face any press here from Wenatchee. And it is Emma Simpson that brings the ball up, looking inside for DeFore, but a nice job underneath, hooking her leg around with Brandy Johnson, and she tied up Emily so she couldn't get that ball. Here comes Allie Hallberg back the other way, stripped of the ball, and it'll go out of bounds off of Eastmont. And again, Allie looking towards the official saying, where's the call?
Great players want calls every time, Eric. They do. They just do.
LeBron James, Allie Hallberg,
Michael Jordan.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Inbound pass comes in. There's a bump to Sugg. No call. O'Rourke got a piece of her. She'll pass it off to Hallberg. Hallberg looked at that shot. She'll shoot it. Don't dare her. Now double dribble could have been called on Sugg there. She dribbled it off of her thigh. 58 seconds left. Here's the drive. Splitting the D. They're going to say, nope, travel, another turnover. Has taken the ball down the lane for Wenatchee was Cameron Anderson. And just too many steps. But good defense by Eastmont.
And she got kind of in a, nowhere to go down there in the key.
Simpson has it outside. Boy, they obviously want to go inside to DeFore.
Yeah, they do.
Circled around to the left by O'Rourke. Now the ball gets off of Britt Vaughn. Turnover. Allie Hallberg comes up with it. Had it stripped from behind. Goes out of bounds. It'll be out to Wenatchee with 35 seconds left. Here in the first quarter, tied at 11. Boy, there's, aside from the electricity in this building, this has been a fast-paced first quarter.
It really has.
Not a lot of scoring here. And now a turnover by Wenatchee. Britt Vaughn's going to try to chase it down. She does. In the backcourt, going to put it up. Doesn't use the backboard, and it lips off the front of the rim. Now O'Rourke lobs it back outside for Simpson. She'll shoot the three-pointer. Off the mark, no good. Rebound. Britt Vaughn offensive. She'll put it back up, and there's going to be a foul called. Or no, the ball went out of bounds off of her. Another turnover by Eastmont. 17.7 seconds left here in the first. Inbounds came in to Anderson. She's barking out the play. She comes across the timeline with 10 seconds. 9-8 goes right side. Down all the way. Lays it up. Missed the shot with 5 seconds. Vaughn on the rebound with 4. With 3, lost herself and her control up the far sideline.
You can see the look on her face.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It looked like she was on a pogo stick out of control over there, and there's not much you can do with it. 2 seconds left. Allie Hallberg with the inbounds pass. Lobs it in. Sugg tried the shot. Blocked by DeFore. Wow. Statement play at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a 60-second break and come back. Tied at 11 through 1. It's the Cats. It's the Panthers. It's the litter box clash here at Eastmont. We're back after this on the NCW Life Channel. Eastmont High School tied up at 11 with their second quarter underway. As we have Wenatchee with the basketball. Shot off the back of the iron, no good by Demery Sugg. Rebound chased down by Cox. Lob pass up ahead to DeFore. Down underneath for a wide open, nice shot, but she missed the shot, does Peasley. She's fouled though on the rebound as she put it back.
What a beautiful pass, Eric, once again by DeFore. Finding the open person down low, and what a great pass. Just got great vision around the court.
Brandy Johnson was called for the foul. That's her second. That's the 4th team foul. Whistled against Wenatchee. Meanwhile, Nia Peasley with the free throw, and it's up and off the mark, no good. Boy, a tough shooting night from the line for both teams. Tied at 11, 7:41 to go here in the first half. Appreciate you joining us on the NCW Life Channel. Along with Grant Olson, I'm Eric Grandstrom. Second free throw up and good. So that breaks our tie and gives us our 4th lead change of the ball game. As Anderson will drive it down right side, lob it back. Oh, nice job of going kind of back behind her. Missing the shot, though, was Brandy Johnson. Rebound picked up defensively by the Wildcats. Right side to Cox here on the perimeter. Bounce pass down low on the baseline to DeFore. Bounce pass inside. That's an ill-advised pass there because standing right there was Kaylee Sanford. Another turnover. How many so far?
5 on Eastmont, 7 on Wenatchee.
Wow. 12-11. Eastmont by 1. Panthers with the basketball. Down to Anderson down low. Feed inside to Johnson on the drive. Her ball kind of stripped away by Manny Chandler. Now a lob pass out front to Simpson. She's a 1-on-3. Shoots it from 15. But there's DeFore. Offensive rebound. Put back. Foul. And she'll get the and one.
One thing the Panthers on defense aren't doing, Eric, is accounting for DeFore where she is on the court at all times. You can't have your back to her. Somebody's got to keep an eye on her because she will come in and kill you like that the rest of the night.
Body on a body. Cammie Worley and Skylar Walton come back into the lineup here for Coach Patrick Loftus. Demery Sugg will get a little breather. Meanwhile, Emily DeFore at the free throw line trying to make the three-point play. She's got 4 points in the ball game. And the free throw is up and good. 15-11, largest lead of the ball game now for Eastmont at 4 points. As it is Walton to run the offense. Stops at the top of the key. Ball stripped from her. Right there in front was Cox. Nice job by Caitlin to strip that ball away. She'll bring it up the air to the front court. Pass it off to Simpson. Simpson lobs it back to the weak side to Cox. directing traffic out front to Simpson. Now rotated around for the drive by Maddie Chandler. She's fouled. And boy, Eastmont, the ball rotation has been very good in the
really
first
has.
half.
It's interesting, Eric, too. Wenatchee stayed with the zone defense. Eastmont's been man-to-man this whole first half. A little different in philosophy there.
Yep. So Maddie Chandler to the free throw line for 2 shots. Be her first chance to get into the scorebook here tonight. And the first one off the mark, no good. .6:26 remaining here in the first half. Eastmont by 4. Maddie Chandler with one more free throw to try to extend that lead. It's on the way and good. So she's got a point. It's a 16-11 5-point lead for Eastmont. Down in the corner it goes. Wenatchee needs a bucket here. Sanford out top to Walton on the drive. Right side. Ball kind of rejected away. There's Emily DeFore again. Lob pass to Cox. Cox looks at the shot. She'll feed down to DeFore. Rifles it out top to Chandler. She traveled.
Boy, we see that at least a couple times a night. You take a step before you put the ball on the floor, and we'll see it more tonight, too.
Yep, absolutely. Substitution, Demery Sugg going to replace Allie Hallberg to get her first breather. And meanwhile, also off the bench here for Coach Patrick Loftus is Ashley Turner. So both coaches using their benches liberally here. 5-point lead for Eastmont. Wenatchee a chance to cut into it, though, as it will be Anderson running the offense here for the Panthers. Right side to Sugg, and she's plowed into by O'Rourke. And finally the whistle comes on the far side.
And Eric, you said it, 2 minutes gone in the second quarter. No points yet for the Panthers.
Demery Sugg will bring it in with a smaller lineup now, aside from Worley out there at 6'2". Now there's a drive weak side by Anderson. They've had the shots, they're just not making them. DeFore, pass up high, too high for O'Rourke. That's kind of tough for the 5'4" sophomore to come up with a play there. We're going to get a timeout on the floor. Finally, an actual timeout for Patrick Loftus. We'll take a 60-second break. 60-second break to Caitlin and the gang back in the studio. And we will come back here on the NCW Life Channel with our score 16-11. Eastmont by 5. We're back after this. After the timeout taken by Coach Patrick Loftus to figure out what they might do differently, Wenatchee with the ball on the offensive set. They rotated around. Worley down on the corner now. Lobs it across to Anderson. Anderson way beyond the arc. Picked up there by Chandler. Now she'll drive it. They're going to say a foul on the floor, so it'll be out of bounds play. The official, Bill Edwardson, checking jerseys to make sure he's got the right number. Now he's going to have to get a little assistant. And Bill told me last year when we talked to him about the shortage of officials, is he's tried to retire several times, and he just can't. They don't have enough bodies. Chandler's the foul. I think that's how I called it. 5 team fouls against Eastmont. 16-11 our score. Wenatchee trails it with the ball. Sugg lobs it outside to Worley. Looked like she took an extra step. Worley on the dribble. Now the drive. The ball plucked from her, but there's Sugg to kick it outside to Walton, or to Worley, excuse me. Cammie Worley looking for help, and look at O'Rourke right there. She's going to go the other way, coast to coast, lay it up, missed the shot, and DeFore over the top. Could have been called for a foul there, but nothing coming. But now finally a whistle as she had the ball down low in the low-hanging fruit, and it's going to be a foul. What is it? Or is it? What is it? 3 in the key?
Well, I think DeFore got away with one there too,
yes,
Eric, over the back.
O'Rourke will bring it in. I don't know what the call was there. I guess held ball, possession arrow out to Eastmont. That's what it was. Lob pass in, high post to DeFore. Kicks it outside. O'Rourke with a three-pointer. Off the mark, no good. Rebound tapped outside. Volleyball around, still loose. And Cox comes up with it. She tried to drive it. The ball stripped from her by Turner. And now we got bodies in the paint and arms stretched out and bodies wiggling around, and the ball comes free. And finally a whistle. No, they're going to call a timeout.
Coach Loftus got his timeout.
We will keep it right here during the timeouts. And we apologize to our gang back in the studio. They're having a heck of a time. They can hear, I can hear her, but she can't hear me during the commercial break. So it's one of those things. Because, gee, Grant, it's a little loud in here.
I'd say so. Dueling bands and a packed crowd. What do you expect, right?
Yeah, I was surprised when I saw Wenatchee's band come into Eastmont's high school. This is the first time of 3 games between these two schools this year in basketball season. They'll be playing at the Town Toyota Center here in a couple of weeks. And then they've got another matchup at Wenatchee High School coming up in January.
I love the three games a year, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's fantastic.
Look at the crowd you've got.
I know it.
A lot of energy. 16-11. We've been there for a while, Grant.
Well, we have.
Like 3 minutes worth.
Wenatchee hasn't scored yet this quarter.
No, that's right. Back in the second quarter, we're at 4:38 remaining in the half. Here's a shot from outside. On the way and good. Cammie Worley for her first bucket. That comes at a fine time, Lucille.
It sure does.
As Wenatchee finally gets on the board here in the second, closes the gap to 2. Chandler on the wing left. Looking down low for Peasley. Flashing out top is O'Rourke. She'll stop and pop. Good! Bryn O'Rourke with the buckets. 18-14. Eastmont with the answer. Now back over right side of Worley. She'll start the dribble. Look out before flashes out at her. Off to Turner. Turner works off the pick. Little give and go. Back to Worley down in the corner. Cammie starts the dribble as the count was on her. She'll stop. Needs some help. Feeds down to Sugg. Rifles a pass inside. And Walton has it. Rim out. No good. Okay, Worley rebound. Passes into DeFore. DeFore reaches across. Clubs her across the noggin. And a foul going to be called.
You said it, Eric. We don't have any players left at the end of this game.
They called it on Chandler.
They did.
Okay. I thought that would be on 24, not 14, but there you go.
I didn't see her around.
I didn't see her either. Is she on the bench? No, she's not on the bench. She's on the floor. First free throw by Cammie Worley is up and good. Britt Vaughn comes back into the game here for Eastmont. Also, Kaylee Sanford comes back in for Wenatchee. Second free throw up off the mark, no good. Ball loose outside, and Walton picked it up, rifled a pass across, and I thought that touched an Eastmont hand. The official says no, that's another turnover. Chandler comes out. Back in for Eastmont is Caitlin Cox. Simpson in the backcourt, and our first press we're seeing by Wenatchee tonight. Simpson dribbles it across, gives it up to Vaughn, collects it back near center circle. 18-15 here in the first. Eastmont by 3. 3:23 to go in the first half. And Simpson trying to dribble around the defense that was coming out a little bit too strong by Cammie Worley. We're in the bonus here, Grant.
And we're going to stay that way for a while.
Yeah, 3:20.
Yeah.
It's nothing like years ago I was calling a game down at Richland High School, and I can't remember who they played. I think it was Richland Kennewick. There was 82 free throws shot in the game.
Oh, boy.
And I think they only scored 40 points off of it. Free throw up and no good by Simpson. So yet another missed free throw. Rebound defensively for Wenatchee. Allie Hallberg on the right side, picked up by Simpson. She'll drive it down. Simpson with the block on the run. Although she was stepping on the end line as she got it. How about the speed for Emma Simpson staying right with Allie Hallberg?
And you know, Hallberg's been quiet, Eric, since a couple of early buckets in this game. We haven't heard much from her offensively.
10 points in the first quarter, nothing since. Lob pass outside to Sugg. Demery also has not done much offensively here, and a reach across foul going to be whistled against Bryn O'Rourke. That's her second foul.
Boy, that's the kind of foul as a coach, Eric, that'll just drive you insane. Yeah. Reaching in when you really don't have to do that. Just play defense.
Yep, exactly. Well, trying to be aggressive, just got to be smart about it.
Right.
Both teams in the bonus now. 7 team fouls per, and to the free throw line goes Demery Sugg. Her free throw good. Demery with 2 points, both from the free throw line here for Wenatchee, trying to cut that lead down to 1 with his next free throw. 18-16 the score, 3:05 left here in the half, and she makes the second.
Good, Kelly, take it away.
It's only the second time tonight we had a free throw shooter make both ends. Emma Simpson, knocked to the floor, falling down, held ball called. Goodness. Wow. And the held ball possession arrow goes out to Wenatchee. So that works just as good as the turnover.
It does.
Inbounds pass comes in to Walton. Skylar Brings it across the midcourt stripe with 2:48 to left here in the half, trailing by 1. And here's a 3, and it's good. Allie Hallberg, did she hear us going down the floor?
She doesn't even set up, Eric. She just gets the ball and shoots.
Go. Here's a shot, speaking of, by O'Rourke, and they're going to call a push on the weak side. I think this is going to be sending Britt Vaughn to the free throw line. Bill Edwardson coming to the near side. Thought that Patrick Loftus was giving him a signal of some sort. Patrick was actually talking to his player about how to do that defensively. Emily Dufour will come back in for Eastmont, replacing Peasley. So Needham takes a seat. Meanwhile,
short rest for the 6'3" senior.
Yep, Britt Vaughn to the line. She's got 2 points tonight. She's been kind of a spark plug off the bench, a little out of control at times.
Not afraid to mix it up, that's for sure. I don't see a girl out here that isn't afraid to mix it up a little bit.
No,
that's
this is
sure.
true. Boy, worst decision I ever made when I was in high school was to play the varsity girls team.
Oh, boy. Did you get beat up a
I
little
was
bit?
bleeding for a week. Second free throw off the mark, no good. Sugg with a rebound, and then the ball stripped from her. O'Rourke comes up with it, 2-on-1. She'll take it all the way, get fouled by Hallberg, knocked to the turf, but she'll go to the free throw line. Wow.
Well, if there's such a good thing as a good foul, that might be it by Allie Hallberg right there.
Don't give up an easy
right.
bucket on the turnover. Yet another turnover in this game, Grant.
12 on Wenatchee right now.
So Bryn Vaughn to the free throw line for the first time tonight. First one's good. Ties the game at 20 after Hallberg hit that three-pointer. We forgot to mention that was a lead change, or 5th of the ball game. Second free throw off the mark. So we've got our second tie here tonight. And it is the rebound to Sanford. Sanford outside to Sugg. Demery lobs it down low back to Sanford. Works off the pick.
Almost a walk.
Almost a walk. Hallberg could have been called for a walk too, but she'll feed to Walton. Dufour closes the ceiling on that one. Outside of Hallberg. She'll shoot the 3. It's off the mark. No good. Picked up by Walton. We're going to get a foul called on a push as Walton was knocked out of bounds. Goodness, this is a rough game, Grant. We got a medic standing by. Foul is on Britt Vaughn. That's her second. I'm telling you, these teams better have deep benches because there's going to be nobody left by the fourth quarter. So to the free throw line, Scholar Walton for the first time tonight. First stand of 1-1 is good. Team's doing a little better here from the charity stripe.
Looks like they're relaxing a little bit more, doesn't it, Eric?
Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, just the pace of this game up and down is going to weaken your stroke a little bit.
Yes.
Second free throw by Cammie Worley is good. Or excuse me, Skylar Walton. Was that Walton or Worley that was at the line?
Worley.
Okay. There you go. So she's got 5 points. Wenatchee by 2. Lob pass then is picked off by Hallberg. Another turnover. Hallberg back the other way. Feeds it across to Sanford. Outside, then back to Sanford. Long 2. Too strong with 1:41 to go. Rebound attempt wrapped around to Dufour. Lob pass up to O'Rourke. She's got Vaughn. Feeds it to her. Puts it up. Missed the shot. Rebound by Cox. The ball stripped away from her. And out of bounds it goes. No, they're going to say, let's see. It is out of bounds to Eastmont. 1:30 left in the half. 2-point lead for Wenatchee. 3 ties, 5 lead changes. Lob pass outside to Cox. Cox starts the left-handed dribble, picked up by Anderson. Bounce pass inside to Dufour. Outside to O'Rourke for a 3. Good! How about Brent O'Rourke off the bench with 6 points?
Really
for
been a
Eastmont.
spark for Eastmont, no doubt about it.
6th lead change
There's
of the
the
game. Minute 10 to go. Boy, they're awfully loose. Emma Simpson steps in front, steals the ball away, wants to go coast to coast, lays it up, and good! Trying to even draw the foul on Hallberg by putting a shoulder into her.
Smart play by Simpson.
Anderson brings it across the timeline. Eastmont back to a 3-point lead. Anderson with a nice spin. Kicks it outside for a 3 from Sugg. Off the mark, no good. Rebound picked up by Vaughn. Vaughn dribbles it up the far sideline. They got a 2-on-2. She'll stop. Crossover step. Good!
That's so hard to defend, too, Eric. Great move by Vaughn.
Almost extra steps. Anderson with 30 seconds. Kicks it outside for Hallberg with a head fake. The drive. The ball stripped from her. Came up right to DeFore. 24 seconds left. 27-22. 5-point lead for Eastmont. And how about the Wildcats finish in this first half?
They are finishing very strong.
Hallberg is going to come out. This is a great substitution by Coach Patrick Loftus here. Don't get Hallberg another foul. Ashley Turner comes in with 22.2 seconds left. Inbounds pass comes into Cox. She'll feed it back to Simpson. Midcourt to O'Rourke with 16 with 15. Lob pass to Vaughn. Vaughn turns to the paint, puts the shot up, draws the foul. The officials are going to have to go in at halftime and pry the peas out of their whistles to dry them off. They've been blowing on them so much.
Britt Vaughn reminds me of a football player, a wide receiver, Eric, that just always seems to get open.
Yep.
She's always open on the offensive end.
Yeah, that's called working your feet. First free throw by Vaughn is off the mark, no good. 12.4 seconds left. More substitutions here for Eastmont as they unload their bench and bring in Cassidy Cunningham. Also in comes Maria Mendoza, as well as Alexa Heimbigner. And one more free throw for Vaughn. It's good. So Britt Vaughn makes the second end. She's got 4 1/4, 6 in the ball game. 28-22. Eastmont by 6. Turner lobs it into Anderson.
Pass.
Wide open with the left-handed shot. Good.
Oh, another one, a
buzzer.
steal.
No. I'm going to say it's no good.
Wow.
Ashley Turner stepped in front, stole the ball away, and then shot it quickly. Patrick Loftus wants the officials to talk about it here. And Mark Colander says that was my call. He's the one that waved it off.
Wow.
So it will be no shot, no good at the buzzer. A little controversy here
What
in
would
the
this
litter
game
box.
be if there wasn't a little controversy?
We have a 28-24 game here at half. It is Eastmont leading it by 4 over Wenatchee as the Applettes dance squad comes out here to entertain the crowd at halftime. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back. You're listening and watching to Eastmont and Wenatchee tonight from Wildcat Stadium. It feels like
It does.
We'll come back after this 2-minute timeout on the NCW Live Channel. Eastmont with a 4-point lead at halftime. Grant Olson, what do you think for both teams coming out in the second half? What do they need to do?
Well, you know, both teams very, very tight to start this game, and I think both teams need to settle down a little bit, work their offense a little bit more. If you're Eastmont, try and get it to DeFore. 5 points. We expected a little bit more out of her in that first half, and if you're Eastmont, you just got to stop Hallberg a little bit. Everybody else seems to kind of be taking care of things, taking care of themselves, but I really think the teams just need to calm down, run their offenses, and I think they'll be okay.
Interestingly, both teams laid out of the locker room. Only one person shot any shots to warm up at all. That was Demery Sugg. And
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
No.
I was thinking that same thing as we're getting down on time. Nobody's out here.
Yeah, and I kept thinking, okay, are they still mopping the floor? What's going on? Is Nick out there still? No, they can go shoot.
But I think, you know, Wenatchee's got to consider themselves pretty lucky. Only down by 4, but they
Absolutely.
have 14 turnovers compared to 6 for Eastmont. Normally a team that has 8 more turnovers than the other team isn't in the game, and
No.
Wenatchee is, so they got to consider themselves pretty lucky.
Absolutely. So, again, as Coach Felisa Rell for Eastmont said before the game, don't let the game be bigger than you are. And both teams, I think, kind of settled into a little bit of a better groove in that second quarter. So here we go, underway for the third. Emma Simpson out there along with Maddie Chandler, as well as Caitlin Cox, Emily Dufour, and Nia Peasley. Lob pass inside, but right there to pick it away is Demery Sugg for Wenatchee. So Panther ball after the turnover, trying to cut into that lead and stepping out for a tray. Off the mark, no good. Way outside was Cameron Worley, who's out there along with Kaylee Sanford, Demery Sugg, Allie Hallberg, and Skylar Walton. A long pass down low, saved inbounds by Eastmont, and we got a held ball called possession arrow as Demery Sugg is tied up with Emma Simpson. That's one thing I noticed about Simpson last year, and I'm sure will be the case this year. She goes after everything.
She really does.
Soccer player in the fall, very talented, very fast. She's on the track team. Well, you see she's got those pads that run from her knees all the way up to, all the way down to her ankles. And a nice drive there, but unfortunately Walton can't get it to go. Rebound picked up by Eastmont. Outside, here's a shot for Cox from 3. No good. Rebound offensive to Chandler. Inside to Cox, loose underneath, and a swat going to be called on a foul on Cammie Worley. That'll be her second.
Eastmont, even in the first half and now to start this second half, Eric, seem to be getting themselves in better position, don't they? Not only defensively, but offensively, using their bodies in just better position.
Well, we kind of joked, and we didn't talk about the foul situation at halftime. We'll run that down here for you. Peasley, meanwhile, to the free throw line, where she is 1 of 4 from the line. That one's off the mark, and she'll get one more to go. So the foul situation kind of spread out evenly. Hallberg with 2, Walton with 2, Anderson with 2, Johnson with 2, now Worley with 2 for the Panthers, Chandler with 2, Vaughn with 2, and O'Rourke with 2 for Eastmont.
A lot of players who get into foul trouble here in this second half.
It could be. We kind of joked about how the reserves will play down the stretch if we have as physical a second half as we did as that first half. And this is one of the most roughest, tumblest games I've seen in girls basketball in a long time.
Without a doubt.
Missed the second end of the free throws, so Nia Peasley 0 for. It's a still 28-24 game, still waiting for her first points here in the second half. Pass inside to Sugg, outside for a long 3, off the window, too strong to Sanford. Rebound Eastmont, feed ahead to Chandler, left-handed layup, off the mark, no good. Rebound wrestled out of there by Hallberg. Allie brings it up the far sideline, stops, feeds over to Sugg, gets it back, gonna shoot the long 3-pointer, good! And she's fouled, count the bucket, and 1.
Well, I mentioned the first half, Eric, what drives the coach crazy, the reach-in fouls. That might be number 2 or number 1, fouling a player shooting a 3-pointer.
Absolutely. I know how you want to turn and get them positioned for a long rebound possibly, because those long 3-pointers can clang off of that iron and kick out of ways, but no need to bump into her. Free throw off the mark, so it doesn't count against Eastmont. Held ball on the rebound. Possession arrow to Eastmont. 28-27. Eastmont by 1. Still looking for their first point here of the second half. Simpson holds up one finger, tries the right side, stops, drives, shoots, misses, got her own rebound. Ripped away by Sugg. Chandler with the follow. Still loose. Simpson inside. She can't make it. Rebound. Peasley put back good. 5 points for Nia Peasley. 30-27. Walton out top, picked up by Peasley. Going to try to drive the baseline, crossover step. Emily DeFore came out. They're going to say a hand check, and she didn't roll her ankle, did she?
I think she banged her knee on the floor when she fell.
Foul is on Cox. That'll be the first on Caitlin. Substitution, Bryn O'Rourke certainly put in some quality minutes in that first half off the bench. She'll come in and replace Maddie Chandler. Inbounds pass, meanwhile, baseline right side for Hallberg. Lobs it way outside to Anderson, who checked in. She'll start the drive. Kick it outside for a Hallberg 3. Rims won't fall. 4-4 on the rebound. Outlet pass to Cox. Cox crosses over, looking for O'Rourke. Feeds left side to Simpson for a tray. That's off the mark, no good. Rebound tapped around. Sugg saves it in bounds right to DeFore. Emily rifles a pass outside to Simpson for a 3-pointer. Good!
Simpson's got guts, that's for sure. She'll take that shot, miss one, take another one right after that.
And that's something that she had open shots a lot last year and wouldn't shoot them.
Right.
Would not shoot them. So obviously Coach Arell has had an influence on Emma Simpson. You can make those shots, shoot them.
Right.
Here's Sugg for 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebound picked up by Peasley, who had good position on the defensive board. Wraparound pass stolen by Sugg. Shot, no good. Rebound loose. DeFore has it. Outlet to Cox. Cox, left side down to O'Rourke for a three-pointer. Too strong, no good. Weak side rebound. Hallberg rifles it across. Up front to Sugg, lays it up and good.
Wow.
Sugg's got 5 of the ball game, and they needed that bucket.
They really
right there.
did.
33-29. Eastmont by 4. 4.5 left of this third quarter. Entertaining one here tonight. Bounce pass inside. That's a dangerous pass to your big girl underneath. And we're going to get a reaching foul or a little push from behind, I think, by Anderson. It is. Third foul on Cameron Anderson. Second team foul on Wenatchee here in the second half. Simpson brings it into DeFore. Emily fronted down there by Worley. Feeds across over to Cox outside. Here's a long three. Good. No, two-pointer by DeFore. Shows a little range there, Grant Olson.
I guess. That was almost a three.
Lob pass over to Sugg. She'll shoot the three. It's short. Anderson offensive rebound. Trying to reverse it. Can't get it. DeFore feeds to Cox. Cox bounce pass to Simpson. Back to Cox underneath. Layup. Hit the bottom of the backboard. And I don't know about that foul call there.
That was close.
It was. And they're going to say that's on Demery Sugg. That's her first personal foul. 35-29 our score. Eastmont by 6. That's their largest lead of the game. And they add to it here on the free throw by Cox. That's Caitlin Cox's first point of the ball game. Britt Vaughn comes in, who was a spark off the bench for Eastmont in that first half. And now Cox, second free throw off the mark, no good. Tapped by DeFore, picked up by Vaughn.
Offensive rebound, beautifully done by Vaughn. Her third offensive rebound tonight.
8 points for Vaughn off the bench. Down low, Wenatchee absolutely dire for an answer. Trailing by 9, biggest differential. Here's the drive and a foul going to be called on the drive down the lane by Cammie Worley. I think that one's going to be whistled on Britt Vaughn. It is. That's her third team foul on Eastmont, as the war of attrition will continue on the count of fouls. 2 free throws for Cammie Worley. Gotta make them. She makes the front end.
Wenatchee will take that right now.
Yeah, Kaylee Sanford will come in for whom? Holly Hallberg. Ashley Turner comes in for Worley. And Brandy Johnson will come in for the shooter if Cammie Worley can make that second free throw. Or excuse me, Walton came out. There's the free throw for Worley. Keep getting my Worleys and my Waltons mixed up. Good night, John Boyd. And a timeout.
I was thinking that same thing.
Going to be taken here by Eastmont. 38-31 our score. 1 minute timeout on the broadcast. With 3:40 to go in the third. We're coming back next on the NCW Life Channel after this 60-second timeout. So after the Eastmont timeout, it will be the Wildcats basketball. 38-31, they've got the lead here with 3:38 to go in the third. Along with Grant Olson, I'm Eric Grandstrom on the NCW Life Channel. Emma Simpson feeds left side to Cox. They're looking down low for DeFore. The ball rejected outside by Sanford. Down to Cox it goes in the corner, looking for DeFore. Triple team, throws it up, draws the foul.
She's going to draw attention, that's for sure, down low, Eric. Double team that time. That's a great way to get Wenatchee players in some further foul trouble.
Third foul on Brandy Johnson. Fourth team foul on Wenatchee. Panthers' largest lead has only been 2. What a beautiful pass inside to DeFore on that inbounds play. And she's got such a height advantage. You can get it to her. There's
That's
nothing
what
you
you
can
do on an inbounds play when you have a 6'3" post player right there.
9 points of the ball game unofficially for Emily DeFore. And it's a 9-point bulge again here for Eastmont. As they work it out top, Turner had the ball plucked from her by Cox. Another turnover by the Panthers. And that is the key of this game, Grant.
That's 15 now in the ball game. First one this half, though, so they've gone 5 minutes without a turnover.
Done better on it.
4.
Have not converted on the offensive end, as Wenatchee only has 3 points in this second half so far. 2:58 left here in the third. 40-31. Eastmont on top. Vaughn outside on the perimeter. Goes inside to DeFore. Passes down low to O'Rourke, and she can't handle it. And there's a turnover by Eastmont. Substitutions here coming in for Wenatchee. Megan Christopherson checks back in. She saw limited time in that late second for Wenatchee. She'll work off the ball here as Anderson runs the offense. Lob pass down low for the shot by Sanford, and it rims, won't fall. Nice idea. Vaughn on the rebound. Up the far sideline she goes. She stops, tried to cross over. She traveled this time. She's going to have to watch that. I mean, she's just a little, I know she's quick as a cat. A wildcat, for example. But she's just a little bit out of control.
When you're going to do the crossover move, you got to be under control. That's the bottom line.
Sanford, speaking of control, loses the handle. It goes out of bounds on that press by Eastmont. But they're going to say, yes, it is a turnover as the Wildcats get it. 40-31. Eastmont by 9, 2:14 to go here in the third. Inbounds pass to DeFore. Back it goes to Cox for a three-pointer. Rims off the back of the iron, no good. Vaughn with a rebound. The rebound tapped, though, by Wenatchee. Out of bounds. That's a good job by Britt Vaughn underneath.
Absolutely. She had a nose for the basketball, doesn't she?
She really does. Inbounds pass comes to DeFore again.
Beautiful.
A quick jump shot off the glass and through. Emily DeFore with 6 in the quarter, 11 of the ball game. Eastmont's largest lead now, 11 at 42-31. Anderson on the drive.
Whoa.
Not facing the basket. Somehow got the shot up off the window. It goes out of bounds off of Eastmont and will be a Wenatchee ball.
Eric, we talked about DeFore kind of getting off here in this second half, and she has done that.
Absolutely. Christopherson on the inbounds pass. Lobs it outside to Turner. Feeds inside. The ball fumbled around underneath and picked up by Emma Simpson. Now we're going to get a foul. As trying to get after it for Eastmont, or for Wenatchee, was Christopherson. And that foul will be her first. 5 team fouls against Wenatchee. As DeFore will give it up to Emma Simpson. Wenatchee will drop back and play defense here. Simpson works off the pick out top and then runs into a player, but not good defensive position here for Wenatchee.
That's a mugging.
Grace Black will be whistled for her first foul. So tell me about Coach Loftus, what he's doing here with scrubs in the game for Wenatchee. Ball stolen away by Eastmont as Simpson did a nice job sealing it. Here's DeFore with a jumper. Simpson rebound, put back no good. Rebound, we're going to get a foul on Eastmont as O'Rourke reached over the top of Kaylee Sanford. Kind of a frustrating night so far for the Panthers, especially their starters. Is this a message, or is this?
You know, I think it's two things. I think it's one, a message. You guys are going to sit on the bench if you don't perform, and they're going to try and find somebody that will kind of get something going here. That's what Coach Loftus is trying to do.
Christopherson lob pass. Britt Vaughn jumps up and knocks the ball away. Another turnover. She'll drive it, shoot it, and make it. Well, Britt Vaughn, we saw her during the volleyball season. Very athletic individual for Eastmont, showing it here on the floor tonight. Minute 3 to go in the quarter, 44-31, 13-point lead for Eastmont. Sanford for an off-balance 3. Rims won't fall. Turner tried to get the rebound. It's off of Wenatchee. Out of bounds, and will be out to Eastmont. Even the loose balls are not bouncing Wenatchee's way here.
Can't catch a break right now.
Inbounds pass comes in to Caitlin Cox. Cox will feed far side over to O'Rourke. Works off the pick from Vaughn. Try to get a little give and go. Does. Turn. Shot. No good. Simpson. Rebound. Boy, Emma's all over the place here tonight for Eastmont. Lob pass into DeFore. Double team comes. And a nice job by Christopherson to come over and help Grace Black. Now a lob pass again. And it's just picked away by Cox. Cox will come the other way. Drive it all the way. Lay it up. Draw the foul from Anderson. And we'll head to the free throw line. Cameron Anderson, that'll be her 4th personal foul.
Panthers right now, Eric, are just being outplayed in every aspect of this ball game.
Absolutely. Caitlin Cox will head to the free throw line for 2. She's got 1 point in the game. That came from the line earlier this quarter. And she's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Free throw up and good. Demery Sugg comes back in for Wenatchee. Meanwhile, for Eastmont, they've got some fresh bodies. Nia Peasley comes back into the game. Emily DeFore will take a seat. So too will Emma Simpson. As I'm trying to find who else came in off the bench here for Coach Arell. Second free throw up and good for Caitlin Cox, so she's got 3. And that was Heimbigner that came in for Eastmont. Turner, meanwhile, with 18 seconds, has the ball nearly stolen away on her bounce pass near side to Christofferson, but it went out off the Eastmont. 16.3 seconds, 46-31 to score. Eastmont taking over here in this third quarter. Lob pass into Black with 14. With 13, tries to drive to the baseline, shoots a long two-pointer off the mark, no good. Rebound by Sugg, offensive. She'll horse one up, draw the foul, and get some free throws. That's Vaughn. That's her 4th personal foul. So she's the only Wildcat in foul trouble now. Meanwhile, to the free throw line, Demery Sugg. We still got a quarter to play. So
we're going to have a few players in foul trouble before this one's over.
There should be no white flag flown here by the Wenatchee side. As Sugg makes the front end. Another substitution here for Eastmont as Cassidy Cunningham comes back in. Second free throw by Sugg is good. She's got 4 in the quarter, 7 in the ball game. And it's a 46-33 lead here. They quickly get it to O'Rourke in the front court. This ball is volleyball around.
Wow.
And that's going to be the final play of the third quarter. 46-33 is the score after 3. 1 more to go here in the front end of 2 tonight here on the NCW Live Channel. We'll take a 60-second break and come back. Thanks for joining us here for Eastmont and Wenatchee. Again, at the end of 3, it is Eastmont 46, Wenatchee 33. We're back after this. Eastmont outscored Wenatchee 18-9 in the third quarter to take a 46-33 lead as we head into the 4th and final frame here. Lob pass inside, turnaround shot. Looked good, not so good on the follow-through, though. And Eastmont picks up the loose ball on the rebound. Cammie Worley with a nice turn. Now to DeFore. Long two-pointer, short off the front of the rim, and Peasley underneath. They're going to call a held ball, and possession arrow out to Eastmont.
Eric, the way Wenatchee is going to get back into this game, and I think the only way they're going to get back is get Allie Hallberg involved in this offense.
Yeah.
She is going to have to take over this team.
Lob pass inside to DeFore on the inbounds pass. Over to Cox. Caitlin looks at the defense supplied by Sanford, thinks better of it. Collects it back from DeFore. With 17 on the shot clock, 7:22 on the game clock here in the 4th. 46-13, Eastmont by 13. Their largest of the game. Simpson with a long 3. No good. Air ball. And the officials conferring here as to who touched it. I don't think anybody touched that ball. Should be Wenatchee ball. And it is. Of course, I can see it real well from 110 feet away.
Well, we do have our glasses on.
We
Eric.
do.
That does help.
These are reading glasses.
Oh, okay. Mine are the opposite.
Walton with the ball out top, and they got to get Hallberg, as you mentioned, involved in this offense.
Boy,
right
they really
now.
do.
Cross court over to Worley. The Walton-Worley connection. Back to Walton for a 2 off the back of the iron. No good. DeFore all over the glass tonight for Eastmont. Jump pass to Chandler. Now to Simpson. Emma wants to drive it and put a shoulder in. They should call an offensive foul.
That's a good call.
And they do.
That's a good call.
Good job by Sugg down there, taking the charge. And a foul on Emma Simpson is her 2nd. That is the 5th team foul, or 6th now, whistled against Eastmont. So Walton brings it across the midcourt stripe. No press here by Eastmont. They're leading it by 13. Lob pass underneath to try to get it to Hallberg. Ball stolen away, but then given right back. Here's a 3. Good! Boy, did they need that so badly. Cammie Worley for a 3, her 2nd of the ball game. She's got 10 points. We're back to a 10-point differential. 46-36. There's a lot of game left.
There is.
Simpson outside. Feeds out top to Cox. Back to Simpson, looking underneath for Peasley. Found her on the block, turnaround shot off the window, no good. DeFore, put back, good.
She's really taken over this game in the second half. There's no doubt about that.
Like we talked about, you got to put a body on her on those rebounds. You got to get your hip into her and shove her out of there. Outside it comes. Here's a long three for Hallberg. Missed it short. No good. Rebound outside to Worley. She'll kick it out to Hallberg again. Works off a pick. Picked up by DeFore. Hallberg drives it down the lane. Put it up and missed the shot, but she'll get free throws out of it.
As long as she has DeFore on her, she needs to take her to the basket every time. It's a little bit quicker to the basket.
Absolutely. Fouls on Caitlin Cox. That's her second. And Allie Hallberg to the free throw line. This is, believe it or not, her first free throws of the night.
Wow.
And that tells you everything right there, too.
I'm just going to say the same thing.
First free throw good. 17 for Hallberg tonight. And here comes O'Rourke to replace Chandler in the lineup. And a raucous gymnasium. First of two games here tonight on the NCAA Life Channel. I'm glad I asked if you would do play-by-play in the second game. I got nothing left. Hallberg makes both. She's got 18, and it's a 10-point game. 48-38, 5:38 to go. Wenatchee needs to make a stop here. Emma Simpson brings it up into the forecourt. Stop to the free throw line. Looking left, feeds a Cox for a three-pointer. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound, offensive, put back, good. And I think, was that O'Rourke?
It was.
Oh, no, they said it was DeFore. I think it was O'Rourke.
Oh, I do too. 34.
Yep. Long pass across for Worley. Here's a three-pointer, and she's knocked down. No foul. Picks herself off the floor. Meanwhile, it's a defensive transition here for Eastmont. Shot up and no good. We're going to get it out of bounds, and they're going to say it's off of Peasley.
Boy, it looked like a foul possibly on Peasley over the back, too.
So it's early in the season for the players. It's early in the season for the coaches. It's a little early in the season for the officials.
Sometimes it is, yes.
12-point differential. Ball to Wenatchee. So here comes Walton. The Schuyler variety will hand it off to Allie Hallberg. Works off a pick from Grace Black. They're going to say no. That was a moving pick. Can't do that. And a foul going to be whistled against Wenatchee. That's a turnover. Grace Black's second foul. And we're in the bonus the rest of the way.
19 turnovers on the Panthers, too, Eric.
Goodness. Emma Simpson brings the ball in. 4:44 left in the ball game. 50-38, 12-point differential. O'Rourke was slapped by Hallberg. No call. Cox outside, looking for DeFore, of course. Simpson now over to Peasley in the corner. Peasley back outside to Simpson for a three. It rims, won't fall. DeFore rebound, missed it. Hallberg has it. Lob pass outside to Sugg. Demery's going to drive it and look for some help. They're going to call an offensive charge. She was looking for Sanford to keep going, and she stopped, so she had nowhere to go with it. Foul on Sugg is her second.
Maybe Demery, instead of that time of looking to pass it, is taking it to the basket.
Yeah, or just stop and pop from there.
Right.
Because he did have some weak side help, but Sanford stopped on him. 4:08 to go here in the game. 50-38, still a 12-point lead for Eastmont. Lob pass down low to DeFore. Turnaround shot, good.
It's been unstoppable here in this second half.
Timeout going to be taken by Patrick Loftus. 52-38, 14-point differential. We will take a 60-second break and come back here from Eastmont. 52-38 our score with 3:56 to go in the game. We're back after this 60-second timeout on the NCAA Life Channel. Eastmont's outscored Wenatchee 6-5 here in the fourth quarter. 52-38 the score. Anderson checked in during the break. She's got the ball now. She'll feed it to Sanford down low in the corner right. She'll take a dribble step, try to feed it to Hallberg. It's kicked out of bounds by Eastmont.
And this is really desperation time now for the Panthers, Eric. 3:43 left in the game, down by 14. You got to start hitting some shots.
You know, one thing, I got to give credit to Eastmont here. They have done a great job defending Allie Hallberg.
They really have. They stayed man-to-man this entire game.
Yep. Inbounds pass and a nice play. Weak side on the inbounds. Hallberg found Sugg, laid it up, made the shot, and drew the foul.
That's what happens when you've been playing with another gal for 4 years. And these players both have been starting, Sugg and Hallberg, all 4 years in high school, and you can tell it there.
9 points for Demery Sugg in the ball game. She has a chance for the three-point play and cut into that lead without the clock moving, and she does. Inbounds pass to O'Rourke, back to Simpson, and everybody clears house. As Walton picks up Simpson in the backcourt, kind of shoves a little bit. Again shoves with the free hand. Now left side to Cox. Bounce pass in, dangerous. Now here's the cutter. Nia Peasley lays it in. Good eyes by Emily Dufour on that one on the assist. 7 points for Peasley. Lob pass in, knocked away. Look out, bodies colliding. That is dangerous right there. Demery Sugg and Cox collide as Courtney came over.
Wow, that could have been a lot worse.
Excuse me. Caitlin came over, saw the pass coming in. That could have been just horrific. They call a foul on Caitlin Cox. I think that was kind of a guess foul.
I do too.
Because there was no possession there. It was a pass.
Two players going for the ball, basically.
Yep. Demery Sugg with the free throw. 1-1 now. We're in the bonus the rest of the way, and Sugg makes the front end. Well, here you go, Grant. We talked about free throws. How many times do you talk about that in basketball?
That's
and how
right.
important it is to make your shots, especially when you're behind. Second free throw good. 5 in the quarter, 12 in the game for Demery. 54-43, 3:10 left here in the game. See if Wenatchee can make another stop. Simpson dribbled off of her chest. Now right side to Cox. Cox, cross court near side to O'Rourke. Down in the corner for Simpson for a three. Good! Oh, my. Well, from someone who was shy last year to shoot any shots, she's got 13 tonight. Anderson kicks it outside for the drive by Sanford. Ball tipped, and they're going to call, I think, Cox for reaching. Let's see. Emery Sugg doesn't look very happy about the call. Oh, no.
It's got to be on Cox, isn't it?
It will be on Cox. So Caitlin Cox called for the foul. And Felice Sorrell over there saying, timeout, 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 timeout. And we will take a timeout, 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 timeout on our broadcast as well. 60-second break here on the broadcast. 57-43. We're coming back here with 2:45 to go in the game. Next on the NCAA Live Channel after this 60-second timeout. Cameron Anderson with one more free throw here at the line. Or actually, no, she's got 2. And the first is good. That's right. We got the timeout by Felice Sorrell and Eastmont. Their second full. They've got 1 full and 2 shorts. And one more free throw for Cameron Anderson. Missed it, but a rebound. Offensive putback from the free throw line is good. Well, an odd way to get a three-point play, but they'll take it. Trailing it now by 11, 57-46. It's not over. But let's see if Eastmont can answer again. Bounce pass picked up by Walton. Back the other way. She's going to stop and pop. Look out! Rims off, no good. Rebound picked up by Simpson underneath. Outlet pass to Peasley. Suddenly a 3-on-2. Peasley stops, feeds outside for Cox for a 2-pointer. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound picked up by Sanford. Outlet pass to Sugg. Sugg looking down low for alley ball. Hallberg, who's been really quiet here in the second half. Hallberg dribble drive, stop, pop, off the mark, short, no good. Got her own rebound, drove in. What's the call? Blocking against Emily Dufour.
That's a tough call, isn't it, Eric? Hallberg really took it to her, and she ends up with the foul. That's a toughie.
Third foul on Dufour on my score sheets. Meanwhile, Allie Hallberg, who is 2 for 2 from the line, and both of those free throws here in this fourth quarter, has 18. Trying to cut into that lead with 2:02 left. She makes the first one. Wenatchee's been to the line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times and have made all but 1 so far. Missed that one. Dufour with a rebound. As Anderson draped all over, and now press to the backcourt on Simpson. They got bodies in the other end. Now low down to Cox in the corner. Feeds outside to Simpson. Shoots a three-pointer again. Look out. Emily Dufour on the offensive rebound. Another offensive glass. Dufour turns. Shoots one from way outside, just inside the arc. Emily Dufour showing the range. She's got 6 in the quarter. 17 to the ball game. That could be lights out here.
To go along with 10 rebounds, Eric.
Walton outside. Hallberg crying for the ball. And finally get it to her with 1:21 to go. I'll tell you what, give credit to Emma Simpson. She has been locked on Hallberg all night long, wearing her like a bad Christmas sweater, and it has worked.
You know, I think she kind of wore Allie out a little bit in this game, Eric.
Yep.
Allie trying to get open, get to the ball, and Simpson's just not letting her do it. Great job.
Great game plan for Felicia Rao.
I think she's done a nice coaching job tonight,
She
period.
really has. 59-47. Free throw by Hallberg up and good on the foul by Simpson. It's her third personal foul. Hallberg from the line now with 4 in the quarter. She's got 20 in the ball game, getting up near her season average. One more for Hallberg is good, and a timeout going to be taken by Coach Patrick Loftus. We're going to keep it right here during the timeout here, Grant, and remind our folks, coming up in between the games, we've got about 20 minutes or so, so we're going to give the best of our newscast tonight.
Great.
With you.
Awesome.
How do you do that? You
That's
go
magic.
from here back to the studio.
It's TV magic.
So we're going to get you at least the first 2 segments of the newscast in there in between the 2 games while we get the lineup for the boys game, which is coming up next year on the NCW Live channel. I'll hand the baton over to Grant to do your play-by-play, as we're expecting that one. 2 teams that are struggling this year, Grant, but I think, you know, you got Wenatchee and you got Eastmont. It's always tough.
It is. You throw it out the window. I've done so many of these games, Eric, where either Wenatchee or Eastmont is much, much better maybe than the other team, and it's a close game right down to the end, especially in this building, it seems like.
Yeah, absolutely. 10-point differential here in this one, as Demery Sugg has made both free throws. It'll be out-of-bounds play to Eastmont, and Wenatchee will not press. They've got Walton back there, or will they press? Yes, they will.
I'd be surprised, wouldn't you?
No, yeah. Minute 16. I've seen 10 points disappear in that amount of time easily. Inbounds pass by O'Rourke. Bounce pass. That's always dangerous on the inbounds, and nearly clipped away. Cox with it. Dribbled across. Went off of a foot. No whistle.
Better hurry.
They get it across the timeline with 1:05 to go, and the ball knocked around, picked up by Sanford. Turnover. Sugg has got something wrong with her face, and she got punched right in the face with the body flying around. Here's a loose ball out top. Feed down low to Allie Hallberg. She's fouled from the 3-point line by Simpson, and that was a good call.
Just got her arm. Just nicked it.
We got to see if Demery Sugg's okay over there. She got belted right in the face and was
right in the
not
mouth.
looking for a pass that was coming to her after they got the turnover at midcourt. Foul on Simpson's her 4th. Both teams double bonus rusted away here, and very important free throws up and good. So Hallberg, all of her points here in the 4th quarter from the line. 1 more to go. She's got 6 from the line, 22 in the game, and another bucket for Hallberg makes it an 8-point game, Grant.
Not over yet, Eric, that's for sure. 50 seconds to go.
And now Eastmont's going to take a timeout. So we'll go ahead and take a break. 60-second break on the broadcast. 59-51 our score with less than a minute to go. We'll come back after this 60-second timeout on the NCW Life channel. Allie Hallberg to the line here for Wenatchee for 1 more. She makes all 3. And Allie inbounds pass to Cox. Back to O'Rourke. O'Rourke has a double team come towards her. Now to Simpson. Simpson picked up there by Sugg with 41 seconds.
What point do you start fouling, Eric?
Oh, they're going to call a foul right there. Oh, man. That almost could have been called a held ball.
That was very close.
That was very close. Demery Sugg going to pick up the foul here. And that'll be her 3rd personal foul. Both teams double bonus, so 2 free throws coming up for Emma Simpson. And Emma has had a great night, especially defensively. She's got 13 in the ball game. And she's 2 for 2 from the line here in the game.
These are big.
Very big with 38 seconds left. 2 free throws for Simpson. 1 more to go. See if Emma can make it. On the way. Rims off, no good, but DeFore with the offensive rebound. Turnaround shot on the way, no good. DeFore got it back again. Lobs it back outside to her work with 30 seconds. To Simpson outside. Suggs got a fouler, and she does with 27 seconds.
Wow.
Biggest rebound of the night.
Oh, absolutely. 2 of them.
7-point differential. Simpson at the line for 2, missed both, but Emily DeFore circles around the backside of Allie Hallberg, somehow gets herself in position for that rebound. Simpson again with the miss.
Can't buy one right now.
Missed her last 3 in a row. And now your arms start to feel extra heavy.
Absolutely.
Knowing the game is not over yet. Free throw up and good. 8 points with 25 seconds. 3 possession game. Shot on the way, partially checked outside. DeFore comes up with it. Now the clock's with 18 seconds with 17. Another foul going to be called on Walton. And that should just about do it. 3rd foul on Walton. And this will put Caitlin Cox to the free throw line for 2. Again, coming up just as soon as we get done with the broadcast here, we'll head to the newsroom. Get the latest for you on the NCW Life channel. Caitlin Cox makes the first free throw. 4 points for Caitlin tonight, all from the free throw line.
She had a lot of minutes tonight, too.
She has. 2nd free throw rattles out, no good. Hallberg with a rebound, and then dribbled it off of somebody else's foot. Now feeds a pass to Sanford. Sanford took an extra step. And Emma Simpson with a big grin on her face, knowing that they're going to knock off Wenatchee. It's been a while. Inbounds pass comes to Simpson. Simpson dribbles it up to midcourt with 4, with 3, with 2, with 1. Eastmont's going to celebrate as the Wildcats beat the Panthers in our first game here tonight, 61-52, behind Emily DeFore with 17 points,
13 rebounds,
and a huge, huge rebound at the conclusion as Eastmont able to knock off the Panthers 61-52.
Thanks for joining us for Eastmont Wildcat Girls Basketball on the NCW Life channel. Today's broadcast was brought to you in part by the Wenatchee Racquet and Athletic Club, the Windmill Restaurant, Les Schwab Tires, Confluence Health, TC Slingers, and the Walkabout Grill. We now return to our regular programming on your source for local sports, the NCW Life channel.